Hi everybody, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and today we're going to be talking about Killer Instinct. Many fans have received their Killer Instinct cabinets at home, they've opened it up, they've started fighting online, and what they've discovered, there's no spectator mode. Is this a big deal? Let's talk about it right after this. So that's right, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Arcade1Up Killer Instinct. It's finally out. People have it in their homes. They've built it. They started playing it. They love it. But when they go to play online, they've noticed there's no spectator mode. What is spectator mode? And is its non-inclusion a big deal? Well, I wasn't going to make a video today. In fact, today I was going to take the day off, just enjoy myself, play some video games. I'm trying to get through Tales of Arise, but this has come up and the community's kind of buzzing a little bit with people taking sides already. There's people defending and saying real gamers don't need a spectator mode, while there's other people that are in the online fighting community that are really trying to build something here that are really upset that this isn't included. There's a simple answer why it's not included. I'll just be very open and honest with you. The other two big fighting games that this online community are built around, which are Marvel vs. Capcom, that cabinet, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, a lot of that built by Jason Footy Hawkins, Rev, those guys, that game I don't think was published by Code Mystics. That was done internally by Arcade1Up or through one of their other developers. So that's the first one that really started all this, and that had a spectator mode. Next up was Big Blue Street Fighter, and guess what? That was done by the same company, if I'm not mistaken. It has the same kind of lobby setup, and it has spectator mode as well. But guess what? Killer Instinct was done by Code Mystics. Very importantly, because Code Mystics are the Killer Instinct experts, and never in any of their games have they designed for Arcade1Up had they built in a spectator mode. That's just what it is. It's not something they've done before, and I don't think it was something that was delivered to them as one of their deliverables. Asked of them as one of their deliverables. Anyways, let me tell you a little bit more about this. So for you eager beavers that are out there looking to get as much Killer Instinct information as you can, you probably watched Put Your Quarters on the Glass, Killer Instinct live unbox build and online play last night. Apparently sponsored by Kongzaros, Retro Ralph. I've never seen this sponsored by a spot before. But Rev built his cabinet last night and had a bunch of people from the community online to take a look at it. And people were very impressed with how Killer Instinct played, everything like that. But Rev himself, Put Your Quarters on the Glass here, is in fact the guy that's really running this whole online fighting community for Arcade1Up right now. Everybody knows he did the match with Zohar and John D. He did the commentary that everybody loved. And he is also doing a lot of the tournaments. Like a lot of people probably participated in the Street Fighter tournament that happened Friday night. Anyways, Rev put this information up last night. And one of the things that came up at the time is when they tested the online play, there was, in fact, no spectator mode. So people already got really upset because that's one of the biggest things in the community aspect is the spectator mode. So he comes up here, he gives a look at how everything works. You can get a look at the cabinet. I'll put a link to Rev's video down underneath so you can go check it out yourself, guys, and you can take a look at it. But here is Killer Instinct on the machine, and you know what? Kudos to Code Mystics because they really did something special here, because there's no way they should have got this to work. People with do-it-yourself builds have been trying to get this to work for years, and they just couldn't. But shortly afterwards, all the people watching went bananas because there was no spectator mode. So you guys all know my good buddy, P-Dub's Arcade Loft. He put out right away Code Mystics on the new Arcade1Up Killer Instinct cabinet. Users do not have the ability to spectate other user matches. Will this feature be added, or why was it omitted from this platform, Arcade1Up? Now, the funny thing about this, too, is if you take a look at it, he picked Arcade1Up, but it's not Arcade_1Up, which is the official account. It's just this guy, Jay On, that has 11 followers. So Jay On was very busy with replies and tweets to all the people talking talking to Arcade1Up last night about this. Code Mystics, if you take a look, a lot of people got in on the voices here, but if you take a look at it, Code Mystics actually responded themselves. Spectating is definitely something we understand. Just released King of Fighters 98 UMFE on Steam with full spectating lobby functionality. So they do it. I don't know why they didn't do it here. Our best advice, if you want to see the feature on Killer Instinct for Arcade1Up, make your voices heard. So guys, take from that what you will. I would advise you to stop reaching out to Code Mystics about this because they understand. But it's not Code Mystics that really wield the power on this one. It's not like they're just going to do this themselves. What Code Mystics is trying to tell you, if you can read between the lines, is if you want spectator mode, don't tell Code Mystics. Tell Arcade1Up, because Arcade1Up are the people that are going to have to come back to Code Mystics with the bag of money and say, hey guys, we effed up. We should have asked you to make spectator mode on this. It's what we do in all other fighting cabinets. It's integral to us building this esports fighting community we're trying to build within Arcade1Up. Here's the bag of money. Please add spectator mode. So for all those people going to the streets to try to attack the Code Mystics about this, I don't think this is on them. I just don't think this is something that they had previously done for Arcade1Up in their other online games. Because, again, like I said, Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter Big Blue were done by a different company altogether. They weren't done by Code Mystics. This is Code Mystics' first fighter on the system. But there are some people out there defending it, saying spectator mode's not that big a deal at all. So for most of you Arcade1Up fans throughout the years, you'll all remember our good buddy Retro Ralph. Ralph is one of the godfathers of the Arcade1Up retro gaming community. Pretty much everybody who knows Arcade1Up has probably followed Retro Ralph at one point, but he's moved on to Real Arcades now. That doesn't mean that he's not still interested in the way the business works and the way the community is. I mean, he's got so many friends here in the community. So watch out for Mr. Steal Your Girl. I love this picture, by the way. I got a friend that kind of looks like this guy here. So whenever I see this, I kind of laugh because it looks like my buddy. This is all, but you have to admit it's some funny shit. This dude doesn't give a crap about spectator mode on KI. He just wants to play games and steal your girlfriend. So there's a lot of people commenting, like, you all know Mike of all trades, but because those matches can't be used. But he's also saying lack of lobby support, matchmaking, and no offline gameplay. Code Mystics is confused by that, no offline gameplay. But also, I want to give a shout out here to the Rexer Show, because he makes really good points here. Congrats to Arcade1Up and Code Mystics for doing something awesome, making KI playable online on subpar hardware. The fact they got this working on the chipset that they have anyways is a miracle. It's a mystery. No one thought it could be done. They thought there would have to be some compromises with visuals or frame rate, something usually to get it done, but they got this working, so you gotta have faith in Code Mystics. Real gamers could give two shits about spectator mode and actually just want to play it. Kudos to you guys. So, I don't like to comment real gamers. When anybody ever says real gamers or true gamer or anything like that, I want to throw up in my mouth. You're putting yourself into some kind of weird class system, and I don't like that. Like, you don't need to say real gamers. All you need to say is gamers don't care about that. If you're a real gamer, we know what gamer means. You don't need to preface it with real. It's like saying honest review. Like, honest review. Are the rest of your reviews fake? Why do you need to say honest review? It's just funny. Anyways, a lot of people had some feedback. Your Average Gamer, who's buddies with Rex, brings up a good point too. If you're not buying the product, maybe you should stay on the sideline and shut it. Just a thought. Because obviously Your Average Gamer is very close with Rev, and he's very involved in the Street Fighter Big Blue community. So those people really want to see spectator mode, but Ralph and Rex, and they're not the only ones. There's a lot of people out there saying the exact same thing as well. Like, spectator mode is cool, but it's most importantly how we're going to play the game. So guys, that's a feedback that's going back and forth. A lot of people want to see spectator mode because they want to build the esports and fighting game community side of Killer Instinct. I mean, it has online play, so it makes sense while other people are like, guys, this is a miracle you got Killer Instinct in the first place. And most of those people that I just showed are real arcade hardware people. So I think they're just amazed by the fact that Arcade1Up and Code Mystics could pull this off. So, I mean, the fact that we had this miracle that Killer Instinct works on an Arcade1Up cabinet in the first place is really present enough in their mind that the online aspect people are complaining about now isn't that big a deal. I think what we need to really take a step back on and realize is the fact that God bless that this is a Wi-Fi online connected cabinet, because if this is something that Arcade1Up and Code Mystics can fix and decide is necessary, they can do it through a Wi-Fi update. So let me ask you this, guys. How about you? You people sitting at home, whether or not you purchased Arcade1Up's Killer Instinct, you're going to purchase it, you're interested in Killer Instinct. Is spectator mode a huge deal breaker for you guys? Like, if they don't get it online, will it change whether or not you're interested in buying the cabinet? Are you just going to buy it and the online fighting community is a secondary bonus, or is it one of the most important things for you? Let me know in the comments down below. And most importantly, if you do want to see spectator mode, make sure you reach out, let Arcade1Up, let John Diamond, David McIntosh, Scott Bacharach, let everybody know you want to see spectating mode on Arcade1Up Killer Instinct, so you can continue to build the esports fighting community side of Arcade1Up and their fighting games online Killer Instinct. Guys, do that, but do me one favor. Please, when doing so, do not tag at Arcade1Up. Leave our poor buddy Jayon alone. He's done nothing to you. Make sure you're reaching out to the right source. Anyways, guys, just a quick video today talking about Arcade1Up Killer Instinct online spectator mode. Doesn't matter, does it not matter? Let me know in the comments, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time.